channel. Today we're going to be working on, I haven't figured out the name exactly for these, but it's definitely going to be a 2-image domino. 2-image domino using water slide and diamonds. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But I want you guys to see it. So there's an image inside of there that has the water slide on it. This is like my demo domino, okay? You can see the different layers. I've got a sticker image on the back. We're not going to be doing Coco Chanel, even though I'm sure there's a lot of people that want me to. But the image we're going to be working on today, it's going to be a Fendi image. So that's the Fendi image water slide, and we're actually going to do that same Fendi image with all the different colors that actually come on the main image on the outside. We're going to all around on the inside, right there, as you can see. So I've kind of already started cutting out my little strips that are going to go around the outside. I will definitely leave the link down in the description box for you guys for this rhinestone trim. I am praying I should have enough, that I was going to have enough to do the 28. So we're using a regular domino mold, my favorite domino mold. I've been making dominoes, y'all. Took me a while to get really good at it, but I'm pretty good at it now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to layer this down in the bottom, which is how I kind of measured. I just lay it all the way around on the inside. And once I was happy with the size of it, I went ahead and measured and cut. And so we have to have 28 pieces total. So I've been just using the same pieces to measure and cut. You need to get yourself a little pair of wire cutters or wire snippers. They work the best so they don't tear up the rhinestones. These work perfectly because they can get right in between there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go ahead and measure out 28 of these. Once I measure out the 28, I think I'm actually going to then... Okay guys, now that I've got all my little strips cut right here, 28 of them, I got this trick from another DIY lady. I don't recall her name. I know that she made like a 3-hour-long domino video, I believe, and I watched the whole 3 hours. It was pretty entertaining. She's very funny. She calls herself like the domino queen or something. Anyways, if I remember, I'll try to leave her name down in the description box. She's hilarious, y'all. But so here's our domino mold. I've got some talc-free body baby powder. This is a trick that somebody figured out that helps you to, when you make your dominoes, so you don't have air bubbles here on this bottom surface. Like, we're gonna get all the air bubbles off of the top of it, but under the bottom you kind of can't. I mean, you can pat down, but if there's air bubbles that get stuck down, there's nothing you can do. Putting baby powder in the mold first, some odd reason, works wonders. I don't know who came up with it, but brilliant. My nose, child. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it all inside of the mold, and you guys see I have my silicone mat down here that kind of protects everything. I just have a cheap little makeup brush that I got from the Dollar Tree, and you're just gonna brush it. You're gonna coat it basically just like you're making a cake. You know, when you make a cake and you put your flour down in your cake pan, you're gonna coat it everywhere. And once we feel like you got it really good and coated, like all in the corners and everything, you're gonna just shake it out just like you would a cake pan. I got my trash can right here. I'm just gonna kind of like bang it on the trash can. Getting off any of the excess. So when you get done, you should have a mold that looks like this. It's kind of powdery. Okay. I think I did a good job of coating everything. So our next step that we're gonna do is we're going to get our resin ready. We're gonna go ahead and on these dominoes that I made, they were just a demo. I actually put the rhinestone down in the mold first, and then I poured the resin on top. Now when I did that, I ended up having like a little bit of holes around the outside. So this time we're gonna try together. I'm gonna pour just a little bit of resin inside and then put the rhinestone in. We're gonna of clear cups. I just be using clear cups because you go through so much freaking resin. Okay, and I'm not sure exactly how much resin we're gonna need. I think I poured to like the second little line on this clear cup. Okay, you guys are gonna go ahead and mix your parts A and part B together. I use these big tongue depressors like I told you guys, I think like 3 times in this video, but they work way better than these small popsicle sticks. They give you way less bubbles. So you're just gonna go ahead and stir this very thoroughly. You wanna get it as clear as possible. And you guys want to be sure to make sure that you mix it thoroughly, but don't mix it too fast. You don't want to put air bubbles in it. So I've got everything all mixed up, and I'm going to use this smaller cup to pour. I just don't want to over pour, okay? So I'm going to use these little cups to pour inside, and we're just pouring a small thin layer down in the bottom of each one. Okay, and as you guys see, I'm just kind of like tilting it, turning it around, making sure that I got it all down on the inside. Here we are, it's all down. I'm gonna grab my heat gun now, and we're going to just blast it and get any of the bubbles off of the surface. Okay, and now that we got that done, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some tools. Of course, you guys know I love using my Cricut tools for everything but Cricut stuff. I'm so goofy. But you're gonna go ahead and put your rhinestones on the inside. You wanna make sure that when you're putting your rhinestones in, they are stone face down, so that the so that the diamond part of the rhinestone is in the front of the domino. So as you can see me when I'm putting it down right here, this is me just using this little Cricut tool to turn it and making sure that the bottom is facing me, the back of the rhinestone trim, so that the stone is facing in the front. Okay guys, so I got all of the resin poured inside of there, so you guys can see that. I got my rhinestones all around the corner of them. I will say that it didn't make sense for me to pre-cut my strips of rhinestone because for some reason some of them needed more than others. So I'm gonna let this set for 24 hours or so, and then once it sets for 24 hours, we're gonna come back and we'll do our water slide, and then we'll do our next layer of resin, which will have color in it. Okay? Bye. Girl, no, I don't care about you. Okay, so I have my water slide images that we're gonna be using that you guys saw in the other part of the DIY where I showed you guys my screen. We're gonna be using that, and then look, there's something on the screen. We're gonna be using our water slide decal paper. I'll make sure to leave the link down in the description box. I'm gonna go ahead and print out. I've got like 29 of the dominoes. So it's gonna take 2 sheets of paper because we're doing the print and cut. So I'm gonna go ahead and print those out, and then we'll go ahead and print out our images for the top of the domino, which we're gonna print out on glossy sticker paper. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is day 2 of our dominoes. So our dominoes have set. You can see our rhinestone inside there, and they're hard. I gave it a good probably 24 hours. Make sure I didn't get no dust in there or nothing. Okay, so the next part we're gonna work on is I have my water slide printed out, and I already have them cut. And we did the, this is the color I ended up choosing. It's like the, you know, my favorite teal, turquoise, whatever y'all wanna call it. And I went ahead and, you know, cut them out. I didn't cut them with the Cricut. It's kind of hard to read them, to cut them with the Cricut. But hopefully they work good. Okay, so you need yourself a bowl of lukewarm water. I'm using a vase, don't judge. And you need your domino mold. So we are going to, the image is gonna end up being this way on it. We're gonna go ahead and just, you throw this in the water. This is the water slide. You're gonna throw that in the water, face down. Let it kind of soak in there. It's gonna curl up, and it should be ready to slide off here in a minute now. Okay. So it's starting to slide off. You can see it there. I'm gonna take it, put it face down inside of my domino. I've got a little sponge piece here that I cut off of one of these sponge brushes. I'm gonna use the sponge and the water to get it as flat as possible. Now, I don't know if you guys remember when I showed you the other one, you kind of cannot see that this actually says Fendi on it, but it does end up looking really pretty. So I got the first one in there. I'm gonna do another one, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like up close real quick. Throw a couple in there. I'm also gonna get myself like a piece of paper towel to go back and kind of dab any of the excess water out. And before we go any further, if you are a subscribed member of my community, I would like to say a big thank you to you.
What a beautiful art. Give yourself a round of applause. So
and if this is your first time tuning in, I would like to ask you to click the subscribe button. Please don't forget to like and share this video.
Yes, honey.
That we're going to dry this, try to get as much of the water out as possible so it doesn't affect anything with the resin. So I've got a fan right here. I'm gonna blast it with the fan. Hopefully I can get it pretty much dry. Dry to the touch. There's no more water inside of it. Okay, I am going to be using this mica powder. It's called Ballerina Glow. You see there, I've got some in the cup right here. That's the color that I'm going to be using. I've got my cups right here for my resin. I'm going to get myself a stick to stir. The bigger sticks are better because they produce less bubbles. And I am going to put my mask on. I got a fan on. I'm in a well-ventilated area. I'm being so safe with the resin. I hate wearing this mask. Okay guys, and now that it is all dry, I am going to cheat and pop one of these out so that we can look at it. I don't recommend this because sometimes it can mess up your next level. Okay guys, and even though I did cut the Fendi images for the top of the domino out with my Cricut, you can see sometimes the Cricut will leave a little bit around the edge, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut those off, and I'm going to go ahead and place these on top of this next layer before we put our final layer of resin on. Okay guys, and you just want to make sure you place the sticker evenly, you know, right in the middle of the domino. I also use a cheap makeup brush that I got from the Dollar Tree to kind of like push down the sides that you're going to see I do right here. This tip works pretty great. Okay, and once you guys get that all finished, this is what you should have. It should look something similar to like this. As you guys can see when I get close up, all of them are very flush. There's not really any air bubbles. You can see a couple little spots, but they will definitely not show. Okay, and so now to mix our last layer of resin. This is going to be so exciting. Okay, and so you guys are just gonna pour until you fill it up. You're gonna kind of have to eyeball it and see. You just want to make sure that they're all as even as possible. Okay, and so I'm all finished, and you can see they're pretty much even. So now we're gonna do just like we did with all the other layers. We're gonna cover this and let it dry for 24 hours. I think I paid like 25 cents for the box. So we are going to spray paint it with our high gloss black spray paint. We're gonna let it dry, and then we're gonna put our image on it for our domino. This is why I never go live, bro. I would never go live and be embarrassed. Like, what the fuck?
Why? It shows your personality.
No.
Yeah.
Let me do this real quick. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. We'll come back and hit it with another coat and then hit the inside of it. Okay, and once you trim out the sides, you guys can see this is what it looks like. It's flush. They actually came out way better than I actually even thought they would. They are so pretty, and the video and the pictures don't even do them justice. And once I turn it to the side, you can see our different layers. I think if I were to change anything about these dominoes, I would maybe put the top image a little bit closer to the surface, but they still came out really good. Okay, so I'm just gonna give them a quick trim with my scissors for any of them that had little, pieces of the resin that was stuck. After that, we're going to go ahead and grab our drill, and we're going to file them all down so that they are smooth to the touch all on the ends. Okay, and so you guys, I am using a Dremel drill tool, as you guys can see right here, and I have it on one of the finer little file settings or whatever. I'm just gonna go all around the edges of each domino and make sure that they are smooth to the touch, because it can cut you, okay, when you first pull it out, because sometimes they have sharp edges. Okay, it's our last final steps after we grind it down. As you guys can see, I chose black rhinestones, and I'm going to do black paint inside of the dots. This rhinestone is actually the same size as the one we used on the sides, except for it is black. Okay, and I'll make sure to leave the link down in the description box. And just so you guys know, this black rhinestone that I chose to put down in the line of the dominoes, it does fit perfectly and flush. Okay, my beautiful designers, that is it. Here is a look at the finished product. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.
You just made this beat.
I'm really stepping 10 toes down, it's a blessing.